What up, home slice? What the? Yeah, welcome back to the kitchen. Today we're going to be doing something a little bit different. We're not making something you can eat, which is very sad. But the kitchen can be used for many things. Today what we're doing, we're going to celebrate a little holiday coming up. We start celebrating it kind of like in December. As you know, coming up is Ferris Wheel Day. Everyone knows Ferris Wheel Day. February 14th, Ferris Wheel Day. I'd rather celebrate Ferris Wheel Day than Valentine's Day because I celebrate the day after Valentine's Day, where you get candy that's on sale. We're going to be making a hand solve that is going to be comprised of, I don't have one of the ingredients. Shoot. I got it, we're fine. It's going to have beeswax, shea butter, then we're also going to put in some almond oil, and then the essential oils, which today are going to be rose and sandalwood. Solves are good for hydration, as you can see with the shea butter and the oils. I am an old lady and I put it on my feet at night to make them soft. My hands. You use it on your lips, you use it on your nose, get really dry here. So the first Ferris wheel was constructed in 1893 at the Chicago World's Fair. It was the American response to the Eiffel Tower. The Eiffel Tower was at the previous World's Fair, so it was the next fair and they wanted to make something that would equal that. They actually asked Eiffel if he wanted to make another big tower and he said, no. Je m'excuse. Instead, George Washington Gale Ferris Jr. At the age of 33, he was like, I'm gonna make a big spinning wheel. We're gonna put people in it. Anyway, let's start making the solve and then we'll get into a little bit more of that. There's some fun history with the Ferris wheel, which is obviously what we were celebrating on February 14th wearing a pink dress. So to start this, we are going to measure things. This is going poorly. I already know that I'm like not in focus, well, not in frame, whatever it's called. We're gonna have a great time. So we're going to have to start with using an electric weight, or if you have one of those weights where you put rocks in it, works just as well. So we're going to measure out 1 ounce of the shea butter, 1 ounce of the beeswax pellets, and then we're also going to need 3 ounces of carrier oil, which I'm using sweet almond oil. After that, we're going to add the scents to it. The original scents for this one, I believe it was lavender and marigold, I think. I'm going to be using for this one rose and sandalwood. I think that sounds nice. Such a super Ferris wheel kind of theme, super reminiscent. Let's start with measuring out ounces and stuff. We're going to need a bowl. Look, it's a bowl. Do you know how to use one of these measuring things? I do. You press the on button. You wait for it to turn on. And you put the thing on, and you press the on button again. Okay. Let's do the beeswax pellets first. They're a little bit easier. When I got this in the mail, like there was this rip in it, and the beeswax pellets, they got excited and they got all over it. And I was considering returning it to Daddy Bezos. At the end of the day, I don't like returning things. It's just too much effort. All right, so 1 ounce. Oh gee, oh no, 1.07. Yeah. Oh. Good morning. Well, now my roommate has his coffee. I just measured out the 1 ounce. These are the little beeswax pellets. So when you get an Amazon package and these are all over the place, it wasn't great. We are going to melt all of the fats together, which is going to be well, I don't know if beeswax counts with fat. We're going to melt the solids together. Beeswax, the shea butter, and then, I can't get it right. We're going to mix these three things together. But you want to be in a glass bowl, and we will be doing it over a double boiler. I don't have a glass bowl, so I'm using a jar and a steamer thing to make sure that it doesn't touch the bottom. Add your 1 ounce of beeswax. Be careful, because they do want to go all over your kitchen. And if you step on them, zero it with the thing on it. The shea butter is super weird. It smells kind of like white chocolate. Is it supposed to smell like white chocolate? I don't know. 1 ounce. It's unwieldy. Woo! Wow, that's already too much. Is it good? That's too much. That's too much. That's good enough. Put that into your jar. And now we're going to do 3 ounces of the other thing. What is it? Of your neutral oil. Sweet almond oil. There's probably a better way to measure ounces for liquids. This is probably the dumbest way to measure ounces, actually. Hey, look at that. 3 ounces of the almond oil, which I'm sure you can just imagine. Ha! The reason I do want to make sure that I'm doing this in glass is because sometimes oils and stuff can actually interact with metals. They have the properties of what they're derived from. Case in point being clove oil. Clove oil is terrifying. I know. I put one drop in my face mask one time. No, it was bad. Now fill your pan. Make sure you have your little steamer thingy in it. Part of double boiling is that you don't want direct heat because you don't want things to burn. With the steamer, it's just gonna make sure that there's gonna be a buffer from the flame and water melting. Oh, I should have just, we're gonna be at the stove next, okay? So just go there. What are you over here for? So at the end of this, you really are not going to need to use the solve because it's already going to be all over your body. And whoa, this is weird in one way or another. So you don't need to have it on like high heat. I'm just going to do medium high because we don't need it to be rolling, boiling. We just need it to melt. Eee! It looks like a little science experiment. I'm going to set that right in there. So in honor of Ferris Wheel Day, let's go over it a bit, huh? The first Ferris wheel was invented in 1893. It was conceived in 1892 for the Chicago World's Fair as part of the White City, which was Daniel Burnham's response to the previous World Fair, which had the Eiffel Tower, France, obviously. They needed something to rival the Eiffel Tower. One of the suggestions was by Ferris, who suggested this giant wheel that was 250 feet tall. It had 36 cars and each car could hold up to 60 people. So it was huge. It wasn't like the normal Ferris wheels that we see today. The ones that, you know, you just like, wee, they're done. It was a 20-minute ride. Daniel Burnham said, what? That's terrifying. Nah, he didn't say it's terrifying, but he did say that's too fragile. So in a way, he did say that's terrifying. Mr. Ferris didn't enjoy that answer. Ferris invested $25,000 of his own money into safety measures and on engineers. December of 1892, he was given the go. However, since it took so long for him to get the go, construction was a little bit slow. The White City was riddled with problems anyway because they were trying to make it on marshy land. Everything they constructed just started sinking. It was a bit of a mess. It was also a bit smelly because Chicago in the 1800s was known for pig slaughtering, which creates some smell. But after all of that, after trying so hard, Mr. Ferris managed to reinvent the wheel. Hey! Sadly, it was the only wheel that Ferris would construct. It was moved around and used a little bit longer and eventually demolished, I believe, in 1904 or 1906. He did make the iconic Ferris wheel. And it's the one that we emulate now. Although I would love to be in one that was huge. Apparently though, it's terrifying for some people. This isn't melting, so I turned it up higher. The shea butter is not happy. It's just a big block. At the fair, over 19 weeks, 140 million people rode this giant wheel. Some of the passengers were a little bit more faint-hearted than others. There was a gentleman on there who started basically having a panic attack, and a woman decided to grab her dress and throw it over his head until he was subdued. Everything's got a kind of cool history to it, right? Unfortunately, this is the part that takes the longest. It's starting to move. The shea butter has melted. The beeswax pellets are the last to go. It's gonna take a little bit because it is. It's kind of cool looking though. See? Okie dokie. So this is how it's looking. The pellets have gotten smaller. Whew, okay, lovely. This steamer thing was a good idea though. It would have been better if I had a bowl, but alas. Now that we just cranked up the heat, it's going tremendously well. And everything is just about done. There we go. Oh my god, that's so much better. Now you can see that's all incorporated and anything left in there is really, ooh, now you can see. What, can you see? I don't know, man. Ooh, look at that, so nice. I'll bring it over here. Let me find a door. No one come downstairs, I'm almost done. So now that we have melted our oil, be careful because it is hot oil. Now we are going to mix separately in another glass jar our oils to add to our oil. First, we're going to do the 20 drops of rose. When I looked up what kind of oils were comparable to lavender, specifically roses, it said to use rose alto oil. This is rose damascena because I could not find rose alto. It is a pure essential oil. Make sure you get the pure ones, one that's not already cut with sweet almond or shea or something like that because you are cutting it yourself. No, just come. You're fine. No. So now we're going to add 20 drops of the rose. If it comes out, do you want to come out? Sometimes you gotta fiddle with it. You could make this without any scent, but I like scents. Please? Aha! Okay, it's starting. Alright, get ready to count on your own. Making your own. Whoop! 1. Hello.
I'm sorry.
10. And 20. So we now have 20 of the rose. And now we're going to do 6 of sandalwood. I love sandalwood. Ah! Oh, it smells so good. Are you going to come out easier? Nope. And 6. Wunderbar. Now we have the oils together in here. I'm going to give them a quick little swishy swish. I can't even see them in here. How did I do this last time? There's like nothing in there. You put the oils in. Maybe I can like do one of those like transfer it around. Maybe that'll work. Because I feel like I'm not getting all the oils that I put in there. Well, I guess that's one way to do it. Oh no. It was firming up a bit there more than I wanted it to, so I just put it back over the heat and just put it in there. Now, you can just put it into your jars. I did wash and sanitize these yesterday. Okie dokie. Oh gosh. Ah, it smells so good. Phew. And there you have it. You'll want to let these little fellows completely cool before you put the covers on because you don't want any weird physics to start happening. Now that we are so wonderful and beautiful. Yeah. Alright, well, it's already been bedded. It smells beautiful, wonderful, slightly floral. Got that nice earthen tone of the sandalwood. Flowers are also earthy. It's not just floral. It's not just like a peppy little thing. So much on my hands. So there you have it. I hope you have enjoyed Ferris Wheel Day as much as I have. It's been lovely spending time with you again. And hopefully it's something you can do. It's a quick little... It's pretty easy. The stuff is not super expensive. Do a little bit of research into the oils if you do want to use them because, as I said, clove is evil. So, thank you again for joining me. I hope you've had as much fun as I have. It was a pretty quick one today. A little informational. I would read Devil in the White City if you have time because not only does it have some beautiful things about the White City and the construction and all the difficulty of that, it also has some murder. You know, who doesn't like some murder? Thank you for joining me. Hope you have a great Ferris Wheel day. Like and subscribe. My name's been Sarah. And you can... Y'all, I'm gonna make some more coffee. Okay. Good night. Goodbye.